is up, my brothers? This video is on the PASGT system, aka the PASGT system. The PASGT system was adopted in 1983 to replace earlier flak systems and the M1 steel helmet and replace it with Kevlar. So in this video I'm just going to go over the history of it, not only that, but my personal experience with it, do I recommend you buying it, why should you buy it, and etc. I'm going to start off with some basic history. The M69 flak vest was adopted before this one. It was adopted in, I think, Vietnam. It saw some use in it, but 7 out of 10 soldiers who died during Vietnam had no armor on. That was, of course, a problem. The armor itself was not capable of stopping small arms fire, but it was capable at, debatedly, stopping shrapnel, because it did use ballistic nylon, which did not work very well, but it worked well enough. So, after the invention of Kevlar, they tested it with this and this. Multiple prototypes were made for both, resulting in us getting the PASGT helmet and the PASGT vest. Now, the helmet was made to stop, or not made to stop, it was made to replace the M1 helmet, which was steel. The PASGT, in turn, replaced all of the steel and the ballistic nylon, but this still does have ballistic nylon in it. From what I've heard, it is a mix of ballistic nylon and a mix of Kevlar, but mostly Kevlar. Now, how thick is the Kevlar? This is very thick. The helmet is pretty damn thick. It's about as thick as any other helmet you will get. It's about like this much of just Kevlar on your head. The vest is also very thick. The vest is about this thick of just Kevlar, and of course ballistic nylon if it does have it. That's only what I've heard though. And about right here, as you can see, very hard, like that. So, the PASGT system has been worn by many, many countries, including Greece, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and, of course, the United States. The United States no longer uses it, but does use it in the United States Navy for training purposes and also their boats. I've seen a lot of gunners on the patrol boats use PASGT vest. Of course, they're updated, though. It's the NWU something, and they use this as well. Now, it's also been in several conflicts. The conflicts it's been in are, for example, Grenada, when we captured Grenada. It's been in the Panama invasion and several other wars like the Gulf War, for example, the Iraq War. And even in some cases, it was in Afghanistan. Now, not on like an infantry level, but definitely on other smaller levels, like, of course, the Navy, where they don't have all like IOTVs, they don't have any of that, they're not supposed to get issued that. So what they do is they use older surplus like this, they get it for really cheap from the Army, or get it for just straight free, and it still works as it was intended. Now for my personal experience, I'm going to go over that real quick. So, I've owned this for a year and some change now. I got this for Christmas, for 2024 I believe, and it's worked. It is not noticeable about the weight. It is 9 pounds at medium size. I've seen it go up to 12 pounds and it's extra large, but I've never even seen extra large PASGT before. And I'm talking about the vest. The helmet I have never worn on a ruck march, but I have worn a lot, and I can tell you it sucks up a lot of heat. Now, what do I rate it? For its job, 8 out of 10. It can stop pistols, it can stop shrapnel, of course. It's a good shit hits the fan build, because I don't think most home invasions, they don't bring like a kitted out AR-15, they don't bring out like a kitted out Kalashnikov, for example. It's still likely, so I'd still rather have a plate carrier, but this gets the job done. Now, for the ruck march case, this is very, very heated. I've seen many soldiers talk about this when they used to get issued it back in the 90s and 80s. It is an insulating jacket. That is damn right. It is an insulating jacket. I've worn it several times on my ruck marches, and this is the worst problem. Even with my hot weather BDUs, even with everything. Of course, you're going to be hot on a ruck march. That's kind of everything. If you try to run, you're going to get hot. If you do anything, you're going to get hot. But this thing will maximize it, and the heat will kill you before you even reach maybe 3 miles. Now, I'm not saying that is terrible compared to other vests. That's actually, this is what you want to be wearing during a ruck march. You got to wear a vest. But it's still pretty bad with the heat. But it is not worse than a IOTV or an IBA, for example. Now that is my personal experiences, and now for the rest. Should you buy it? It really depends. On a collector's level, I can't say anything about that. If you want to collect one, if you want to get one, that's all you. Now, for the use, you have to be aware of its capabilities. This is a giant vest. It is a giant, like, heaping Kevlar vest. It is supposed to be that way because it was meant for an infantry to scout level, like, use, and even tankers. So you're not going to be wearing this under, like, a shirt or something, because if you tried that, it either wouldn't fit or it'd be way too big and noticeable. Now, for a shitheads of fan situation, and you can't afford a plate carrier, use whatever you have. This is a good option. It's not the best option, but it is an option. Now, I would like to thank you all for subscribing. I'd like to thank you all for watching. And this is Speed and Power. I am out.